Well guys, I'm back to a brand new EU4 After Action report, as this is one of the other games I did back in 2020 that I finally finished, thankfully, since the game wasn't corrupt. I mean, the save probably didn't get broken at all. Anyways, this was my Saxe-Lauenburg, I think they're pronounced, into Hanover. And to show you how it is, Saxe-Lauenburg, I think it's pronounced, if the game would zoom in, is one of these small, here it is. This small German state right here. I think they're in the HRE and all that. So yeah, because of that, since we're in the HRE, you can't really do any expansion in the HRE. Otherwise, you'll have the entire HRE kill you and all that. So I had to just go around and puppet everyone and annex them sometime after a while. So yeah, with that out of the way, I slowly just expanded outward and all that because I couldn't do much expanding. Took over all of Denmark, and then I formed Hanover. And I took over, colonized this part of Denmark. Couldn't colonize the rest because France got in the way. And I managed to colonize this part of the Americas, well, North America, and formed New Connecticut. And yeah, I did some more colonizing. I colonized the southern tip of Morocco. I colonized the Niger area. And yeah, after that, I just kept expanding into Germany and all that. I had so many puppet states thanks to missions and all that. I even had a mission where I could puppet PU the British, with like half of them taken over by Scotland already. Like it was like the British Isles were like split in half. So I eventually took them over and PU'd them, and yeah, I kept on expanding, and finally I was able to PU the British. And then France, who became my major rival at the time, decided to go to war with Scotland to take them over. It's like, no, you're not. We both went to war against Scotland, and I managed to take over most of it, but France took over the crumbs left, so it had to sit there for a little bit. And then I had to go through my long fights with France, multiple wars, to get the borders how they are. I managed to take over all the German territory. I took this away from Venice, Bohemia, and all the other states that were around at the time. The Ottomans down here were my allies. Then for some reason, they became the Abbasids, and they just broke away on their own. And eventually, sometime near the end of the game, I did a massive war against them because they had like no army and no forts for some reason. I kid you not, there was no forts up here other than Constantinople down here. So this was just easily just plowing like Vicky 2. And I formed I made a client state, Greater Hungary, out of it for a lull. I vassalized Chile down here. And I eventually took over all of the British Isles from France. Me and Russia carved up all of Eastern Europe, pretty much destroyed the Commonwealth. Russia took over almost all of Scandinavia. And yeah, once I annexed the British, I got all of their colonies. The free 13 colonies down here. English Mexico. And then of course down here, more English Colombia, which is split into two countries. And I colonized Southern Africa, Southern South America as well. And some of these I see right here got colonized and all that. Got that island right there. And they also colonized parts of Australia, which I got my hands on. Parts of Papua New Guinea, and all you see right there. And they also colonized parts of Dynam. So I managed to colonize the rest of it because I think the game, since I started this in 2020, I noticed this too when I played my Bosnia game. I think they did a lot of province changes around here, and it made them uninhabitable. So there was still territory that could have been colonized, and I began colonizing a whole bunch of it right here, but didn't quite finish the job. And I took a part of Ming away because Russia annexed them, invaded them. So yeah, this was a very awesome game. Managed to turn around quite a lot, and it's my 4th highest scoring game ever. I didn't get a lot of absolutism because a lot of my games didn't have that, unfortunately. I'm sure it's going to be the case when I do it for the next couple older games of mine with that problem. I was trying to look up economically, 8,600 development. I have a GDP of like, I think it's like somewhere between, no, I think it's 14 million if it was by Vicky Free standards. And a giant army, which I didn't even get to finish building up because it kept getting killed all the time and taking over territory and all that. I didn't even finish building my navy too. So yeah, this was a wild game, that's for sure. And yeah, So that is the results of my Saxe-Lauenburg into Hanover playthrough. I wanted to form, because I have a whole bunch of Formation Nation mods, I wanted to form the German Empire so badly at the end of the game, but I couldn't because I'm part of the HRE, and you can't leave the HRE just willingly, which really pissed me off. If I was playing like the British or the Dutch, I might have done this Anglo-Dutch Union, which I could do, but I was playing a German state, so I thought it would be silly. I didn't want to do this. And I couldn't do the Kingdom of Germany either, which really got on my nerves. I wanted to do either of these Kingdom of Germany or German Empire so badly, but the game wouldn't let me, so I was stuck with Hanover. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed, and here is the final results as time went on.